Morning, everyone. Hope you're feeling good. Thanks for joining me this morning. Today, we're going to be doing a mat Pilates class with no equipment, so you don't need anything special, just yourself and the mat and some comfy clothes. Just give me a second while I test this audio. Making sure that you can all hear. That is the most important thing, right? Making sure that you can all hear. And we're good to go. Okay. So let's start with the feet right underneath the body, up nice and tall, letting the arms hang heavy. Nice big breath in, and then exhale when you're ready. Just start to fold the body forward, bending the knees, letting the arms hang. You want to feel that nice stretch out of the lower back, breathing in as we reach the floor. Exhale, tummy to spine, rolling up. And here we are, breath in, exhale, rolling down. Bend the knees, let those arms hang. Breathing in at the floor, and exhale, rolling up. And last one. Curling down. Breathing in at the floor. Rolling up. Bookmarking this feeling. Obviously, we're going to go back to it at the end of class. Arms out to the side. Ready for my favorite thing in the world to do. Side bends. Inhale to the side. Exhale up. Inhale over. And exhale up. And keeping the pelvis right on top of the knees and the ankles. Checking in with yourself, how you're feeling. You feeling tight? You feeling loose? Are you feeling okay? Noticing these things is always good. Hopefully by the end of class, feeling a little bit different. And we'll make the next one, the last one to each side. Adding an extra couple of seconds there, just reaching a bit further, stretching out your side body. Up we come, over to the other side, same thing. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And up we come, turning the palms to face the roof, bend the knees, twisting the spine now, so it's a gentle double twist. Inhale back through center. Gentle double twist, back through center. Noticing that the bottom half of my body is staying fairly still and just trying to find this twist through the waist. Keeping the knees going straight over the toes. And we'll do one more time each side. And we're going to do some standing glutes today. So set those arms down, give the shoulders a bit of a roll. We're going to take one foot out to the side. For me, it's my left leg. It doesn't need to necessarily be the left. And we're going to take the arms straight out like that. And then we're going to add a little bit of a tilt. So we're tilting away from your extended leg. And now we're just going to hover my left toe up off the mat there, or whatever toe you've chosen. We're going to use both legs anyway. And we're going to lift and lower. So we want to have the arms just forward of the shoulders and not all the way back here. Just forward, helps for balance. All the weight on our right leg. If you can, lift that kneecap up so your joint is supported. So not only are we working the glute with the leg that's moving, but we're using our standing glute for support and balance. Lots of things going on. And we're going to move into some circles. And reverse. We're not going to do too much standing glutes today because we're probably going to do it once we get down to the mat, but we'll see how we go for time. Good. And from here, we're just going to bring this leg forward towards the front of the mat and now take it back to the back of the mat. Forward and behind. Keep both shoulders down. Forward and behind. Forward and behind, keeping the belly button drawing into your spine. Inhale, leg comes forward. Exhale, it goes behind, back to center, and down we go. Give the shoulders a bit of a roll, straight into the other side. So we're adding a little bit of a lean. Find your balance point, your right toe or your other toe, just tipping the mat there. When you're ready, lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. Good. Our left leg, our supporting leg, kneecap is pulled up towards the top of your leg. Quad is nice and strong. You're not jamming your knee into its joint. Nice, strong, deliberate arms, so let them flop around. Give them something to do. Let's move into some circles now. Again, not too many. Back the other way. And then let's pause here. We're going to bring the leg forward to the front of the mat and behind to the back of the mat. Forward to the front of the mat and behind. Bringing it forward and taking it behind. Just a couple more. Last one, then we get to sit down. And let's place our feet on the mat, give the shoulders a bit of a roll, and we're going to come down to the mat and we're going to sit down onto the floor. So let's bring this down. Hopefully you can see at least some of me, so we can sit down together, and then I'll fix it up again. So crossing the legs one over the other, hands out in front, and we're going to lower down nice and carefully to the floor. So if you need to save yourself, please do. Otherwise, nice soft landing, and we're going to roll down to the mat. I knew I would have to move this again. Never get it right. Okay, perfect. So you're sitting up nice and tall here, shoulders are down. We're just going to roll bone by bone down to the mat, bringing the feet in. All right, so let's make sure that lower back is attached to the floor, because we're going to bring both knees in towards our chest and just see if we can get a little bit of height underneath that bottom there. So then we're going to take the feet down to the mat. We're going to nod out into chest, and we're going to roll back up. Okay, so it's a little bit of a, not really a momentum thing, but certainly a nice smooth movement. So we bring the knees into our chest, we lift the bottom, we lower the toes down to the mat, and we slide along, rounding the back and sitting tall. Nice. Let's try again. Rolling down. Keep the chin down, support the head. Head is flat, then we lift the bottom. Harder than it looks. Definitely feeling that nice deep core connection there. Knees into your chest, lowering down, round the back, and sitting tall. Nice. I'm going to do this a few more times. See if you can keep the abs nice and flat. That's the hard part there, isn't it? Bringing those knees into your chest. Find the floor, slide the legs along the mat, around the back, and sitting tall. Let's try 2 more times. So this is a really great way to warm up, in case you hadn't noticed. And rolling up. This is next one's the last one. Hopefully you're still with me. And this is the last one. Hooray. Let's take the arms up. We're going to twist towards one direction. Just place your hands on your knee. Give yourself a little bit of a twist around. Feels nice after all that. Coming back through center. And we'll twist to the other side. Beautiful. All right, hands out in front. Last time rolling down to the floor. We're going to stay there though. Bring those legs in. Hands down by your side. Pelvic curls. Nice big breath in. Exhale, rolling up. Peeling the spine up. squeezing your glutes at the top and rolling down. Back to neutral, breath in and rolling up. Squeeze your glutes at the top and rolling down. So what we want to concentrate on is a nice articulation of the spine, bone by bone. We peel up off the mat. We want this nice long line from the shoulders to the knees, and then we roll down bone by bone. Back to neutral. And we'll do this a couple more times. And last one. Next one can be the last one. When we're at the top, we're going to hold. You're going to let your knees fall open, and then you're going to bring the knees back towards each other. Inhale, the knees will fall open. Exhale, squeeze back towards each other. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze back together. Squeezing your glutes as well to keep that pelvis nice and high. And we'll do 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Bringing your arms up. And we're going to still reach our fingertips up towards the roof as we roll down. Nice. Taking the arms behind us, release the pelvis back to its neutral position. And as you bring the arms forward, you're going to bring one knee in, placing it all the way down. Other side, bringing the knee in and placing it down. So what I'm trying to do is leave the pelvis nice and still. So perhaps we don't need to bring our knee all the way in towards your nose, because that affects what your pelvis is doing. So try and keep the pelvis nice and flat, because you're lifting the chest as well. And that creates a little bit more focus. Working on pelvic stability, all that jazz. If you need to, please support the head. If you want that extra bit of mobility, bit of work for your shoulders, you can use the arms. Okay, nearly there. All right, from here, stay lifted, but just support that head and just return your pelvis back to neutral if it's not sitting there anymore. And now, similar kind of idea, I'm going to go with my leg that's closest to the computer or the camera. I'm going to bring the knee in and tap. So it's almost the same. I'm not letting anything else alignment-wise change. Just this left hip joint, tap the toe, pull it in, pulling the belly button down, tap and lift. And lift. Nice. Lifting it up a level now. Straighten the leg along the mat. Lift it up. So I'm not really going anywhere beyond 90 degrees because I want to try and keep that pelvis stable. Two more times. 2, 1. And then we're into the other side. So place that foot down. No breaks for the abdominals. Pull that knee in. Tap the toe. Lift. And tap. Lift. And tap. Nice and flat with the pelvis. Shortening the distance between the top of your pelvis and the bottom of your rib cage. All right, stretching this leg long, up to 90 degrees if you can. Lower it down, up, lower, lift, touch, lift, touch, lift. Good. 3, 2, promise we can have a break after this, and 1. Nice. Find the mat. Release the head and chest down to the floor. Take the feet to the outside edge of the mat and then just windscreen wiper those knees. So let's fold the knee all the way over so you get a nice little stretch down your quad, perhaps even up into your hip flexor if you're feeling really tight. And one more time each side, something like that. Good. All right, still doing a few more things for the old abdominals, and then we're going to move back down into the lower body. So I'm going to press my lower back down into the mat, lifting the knees into tabletop, taking the hands behind the head, and lifting into a chest lift. Straight into it, I'm afraid. Crisscross, back to center. Nice and slow, opposite elbow to knee. Back to center. Twist. Back to center. And twist. So again, once again, our pelvis is the thing that stays stable. It's anchoring us. Everything else is moving, but our pelvis stays where we left it. Exhale is a twist. Inhale back through center. Exhale is a twist. Back through center. Twist. Back through center. Okay, let's pause now. We're both looking at the camera, and we're going to bring our back knee in and then stretch it out. So we're staying on a twist. Pull it in. Stretch it out. Good. We won't be here for too long. One more after this. And then we do the same to the other side. Back to center, stay lifted. Twist, extend your leg. Pull it in. And two more times. Back to center and release down to the mat. Leave the knees lifted if you can. Take your arms out to the side. Let's press that lower back down into the mat. Going back to our twists. Inhale. One side. Back to center. Inhale over to the other side. Back to center on your exhale breath. So this time the shoulders and the arms stay nice and still, and we're allowing the pelvis to tilt along with the legs. Arms are there for a bit of support, but we're not relying on them, of course. All right, one more each side. Back to center, lowering the legs down. Nice. We're going to flip over onto our side. Just checking the time here. We've got enough time. So I don't mind if you're up on your elbow like this. I are engaged and you're lifting them up. So then we're bringing our rib cage in line with the pelvis, my underneath leg, and then just bend the top leg nice and long. All right, so I'm starting with some internal, external rotations of the hips. So I'm going to turn my hip in from my hip joint, not from my ankle, and then I'm going to turn my hip out. Turning it in and turning it out. I'm drawing my belly button in towards my spine. Turning it in. Turning it out. So remember, it's not just the ankle that's moving around here. It's got to be your whole leg. It's got to come from the top. You can play around with putting your thumb in your glute muscles and see, you can actually feel the muscles doing some things. Kind of interesting. If you move your hand around, find the relevant muscles, you can feel it. Making sure we're staying nice and connected through our core. And we'll come back to center now. Lift the leg a little bit higher I'm going to do little pulses. Make sure we're still lifting up underneath those ribs there. Alignment is everything. Perfect. And just similar to what we did when we're standing, we're going to bring the leg forward and the leg back. So lower it down to hip height. We're going to bring the leg as far forward as we can, and then we're going to take it behind us as far as we can. You're allowed to move your body a little bit to compensate for the change in center. Take the leg behind as much as you can. Bringing your leg forward and take it behind. It's not going to be a long glute series because we did all that standing stuff as well. So one more time after this. And we'll come back down to center and lower. Good. We're going to flip over onto our tummy and we're going to give our abdominals a little bit of a stretch out because they've done all of that with our ab stuff. So nice to give them a stretch. So if you just place your hands underneath your shoulders here, squeeze your elbows together at the back, press that pubic bone into the floor. We're going to press into the floor straight away and just get a little bit of back extension. Rolling down. Lift the chest. Rolling down. Remember, it doesn't matter at all if your arms don't go straight. Mine don't. Good thing about this exercise is we're also using the backs of our arms, our triceps. Nice. Let's try 2 more. Last one. Great. And we're going to do the other side with our glutes now. So just swing yourself around. Bending that underneath leg, lifting the rib cage up. So we've got that alignment from our rib cage into our pelvis, sitting on top of the pelvis. Leg is long, it's lifted up to hip height, and we're going with the rotations to start. So I'm going to turn my hip in, and then I'm going to turn it out. Nice. Turning it in, and turning it out. In, and turn it out. Very nice. Gently drawing your belly button into your spine, lightly lifting that pelvic floor, making sure the ribs are not sagging down into the mat. All right. Whew. Starting to feel that burn. Lifting the leg a little bit higher. We're doing little pulses at the top. If you feel like you're bouncing all over the place here, just slow it down a little bit because we want to feel nice and strong and stable. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lowering the leg back down to hip height, ready for those kicks. So bringing the leg forward as far as we can. And then gently taking it behind, feeling, oh, there's a fit ball there. Feeling, you get the idea. Feeling that stretch in your psoas. Legs come forward and goes behind. Forward and behind. And we'll do one more. And we're doing well for time. 5 minutes to go, just enough time to get in a nice strong plank. All right, but first of all, let's have a little stretch out of our legs. So let's go onto our back. Use the first leg you used for the leg lifts. Let's cross that one over the other one. Reach underneath your knee and just gently pull that knee in towards your chest. Feel the stretch out in your glute. A few challenges in today's class. Hope you managed to get through them. And let's switch our legs over. One over the other. Reach underneath your knee, just gently pulling your knee towards your chest. This leg hasn't had as much time to recover, so might feel a little bit tighter than the other side. And we've got just enough time to try a rollover followed by a really quick plank. So let's get it over and done with. We're going to lift the knee leads into tabletop, taking your lower back down nice and close to the floor. Relax your shoulders. We're going to stretch the legs. We're going over, over, over. Here we are. We've lifted our legs up off the floor. The backs of my legs are parallel to the mat. Depending on how you feel, maybe flex, separate, touch the toes onto the mat, and then roll down nice and carefully. Circling the legs around, taking the legs over, parallel to the floor, flex, open, tap to the chest. Doing 3. Flex, tap, lower the toes to the floor. Nice stretch of that lower back. Keeping the thighs close to your chest. As you roll down, soft landing, circle those legs, bend the knees, find the mat, slide the feet down, rolling up. Good, and we're ready to flip over into a plank. So just doing that straight away today. I'm going to pop up onto my wrist. They're feeling a bit better. But feel free to drop to your elbows if you prefer. Lifting straight up into your plank. Squeezing your glutes nice and strong. Tucking the glutes under. Drawing your sit bones towards each other. Keep those shoulders down. We're not doing anything fancy in our plank today. Done lots of stuff. Hopefully you feel good. These are a killer. If you want to, a little rock back and forth. Never hurt anyone. Holding if you can. Pulling the belly button in. Keeping those shoulder blades nice and wide. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's lift the hips up, walk the feet in, bend your knees whenever you need to. And look, we're up on our feet already, hanging the head upside down. And we're going to bend the knees and then tummy to spine, rolling up. All the way. Now pick you up, put you back up here. Ready for the roll down. Nice big breath in. Roll down. Breathing in at the floor. Exhale, tummy to spine. How do you feel? Hopefully a lot different. Just 2 more. It's nice to bend the knees. For me, it gets a little bit better of a lower back stretch, but if you want to keep your legs straight at the end, for it. 1 more. And we did it. We got to the end. Thank you so much for joining me today. To all my friends who join at a later time, I really appreciate that. And I'm back tomorrow morning, same time on the mat. So hopefully see you then. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Bye.